Hi, welcome to Channel Messages with Sandra, or whatever group this is called. I forget. I have several going. I'd like to reduce that. I've had 3.5 weeks of a lot of business, so thankfully went to a lot of stables. Well, several. I'm going to try to put the photographs up here, but YouTube only seems to let me put up the videos that I've already made. I'm not sure how to put up the photographs. They're amazing. I was not expecting got a low cough, allergies, detoxing, get rid of the inflammation, the mucus. So mullein tea works for me. I make a concoction of tea with ginger, turmeric, with pepper, always with pepper, garlic. What else does it have? Mullein. I don't know, I put a few other items in there. It seems to work. Some people do the apple cider vinegar, the fire cider. That's what it's called, fire cider. So that should help clear up, hopefully. Yeah, so I'm still a little tired, but that's okay. Zodiacs. I'm going to jump right in. Thanks for listening. We're going to start with Libra. Libra, you got the Six of Swords on lower polarity. This was the card usually to move on. You visited the past, you did what you had to do, it's time to move on. But on lower polarity, it's definitely contemplate where you're going, what you want to do, rest. Perhaps take the winter time. Most countries right now are having winter, right? I don't know. Stay in place, shelter in place, and not shelter in place from 2020. That whole BS thing really still irks me, to say the least. So this is definitely shelter in place. The storm is coming. That's what I keep hearing, the storm is coming. Now, it can be emotional. These are general readings, so for some of you it can be emotional. Quite frequently it's emotional. If it's business or finances, don't go spending your money at Starbucks. Well, you don't never ever want to have a Starbucks product. If you research the company and then research what's in it and how they get their ingredients, listen, your free will, you do what you want. If you won't stock in that, that's on you. You're okay. But the average person, this is a reminder to revisit what you need before you continue. What do you need? What do you need? And not this newsletter, but the following newsletter, I'm going to definitely put up the intention bottles. They do help. They've helped me. Although I make them. But they do help me. I'm also using the Sacred Forest Oracle. I like this deck. That's the cover. And I know it's backwards. So, Guardians of the Land, protection. That makes sense because she's on water. It's a water card, even though it's swords. It's a water card. It is definitely to think, but this is land. That's land. Guardians of the Land, protection. So perhaps watch the emotions, I guess. You know, that's would be typical with any water card. So there is some, when we do protections, I don't want to say S-P-E-L-L-S, I don't want to say spells per se, but when we do protection intentions, ceremonies, just think protection. It's a place from love. We start with the love inside, and that's what this is. Start with the love inside of you. And if you're not feeling it right now, one, just the order, the order of the day is get it. Yeah, there's the kind of a window, a half window over here, so it'll get light and dark. Isn't that funny? Oh, because of the trees. We have a lot of trees back here. That's why. So if the sun's moving, I guess it's going in between the trees. It's only a little windy, but I guess that could affect it too with the trees blowing. I find it interesting that that's happening more for Libra. Let's see if they happen for the rest of the zodiacs. This is, pay attention. Pay attention to your light. Pay attention to your heart. It's a fairly simple read. Not too deep, because the water isn't deep. You're not. So she's the energy of it, even if you're male. The energy of this is skirting around issues. On low polarity, it's definitely, let's revisit everything. Let's go a little deeper. So the pentacles, the earth is underneath, yes? Even on land. Well, it depends if you believe in the firmament or not. But let's say the apparent water that we can see, and beneath that there's more water. But before then, there is some land in waters, in oceans. There's some land before we get to the next level, if you will, of water in the firmament. This is explore. Explore how that's working for you. Okay, it's that kind of a reading for you, Libra. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to do Scorpio next. Scorpio, whatever falls out. Working with my hand. Oh, Scorpio, you got the Two of Pentacles. This is says you're you know the cards, but I'm also an intuitive reader. You always should seek within and see how you feel about the readings, no matter whom you're listening to. But this is decisions coming up. Twins, twin ideas, Geminis, Capricorns, undecided. I'm even seeing bipolar. I'm not a doctor. I don't know when these are general readings, but for some of you and or someone around you is acting bipolar. From my understanding, it's going too fast, and then they slow down a little, impulsive, and then it's sleep for days. Some, it depends. Everything is on degrees. This feels like it's too much. It's just too much. You see the water, and it's not necessarily a storm, but it feels like storm-like. It feels storm-like. Let's see what toadstools, growth. Pentacles are growth. Yes? Making decisions grows our soul, grows our spirituality, strengthens intuition, strengthens spiritual discernment. You're only looking at half the picture, and on average, just like everyone else, you were probably looking at only your half. Even if you think you're looking at somebody else's, it's not quite right. It's not quite right. The conclusion is not quite right. Either you don't have enough information, you have the wrong information, or incorrect. And more likely than not, everyone has biases. Everyone has biases. Even, the monk up on the hill. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Growth in anything takes a long time. I've channeled for 80-year-old women sitting in front of me, and they're talking about something when they were 9, or it takes time. It takes time to get from a youth to maturity, from thinking you know everything to true wisdom. But you're getting there. I love it. You're getting there. This shows growth. So pat yourself on the back. You've definitely made progress in the last 3 months, and the next year, up to 2 years. Next year definitely will be a lot more progress. All right, thank you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I was peeking at something because it didn't feel like that card was for Sagittarius. I'm not sure who it was for. It could have been me. That happens sometimes. Because as a medium, somebody will be sitting in front of me, and I'm channeling what a loved one says, or an animal, or something. And all of a sudden, somebody will say something. I went, wait a minute, that's for me. I frequently get messages. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh, that's sticking out. That one's... Ooh, Sagittarius, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands tells us you're done. They're done. Somebody is so done. It's like, stick a fork in me, I'm done. They're done. Always in this corner. They're done. This card and another one reminds me of the saying, pick up your tiddlywinks and go home. Pick up your tiddlywinks and go home. This is free will, and it's not going to be for all Sagittariuses. Or if you're another sign and you're listening, it could be for you. I'm hearing take inventory. Take inventory. This is not, even in private readings, it's extremely rare. Thousands of readings. Have I said to somebody, or not even I don't want to take credit, has it been channeled, it's time to move on. This marriage or relationship is actually just killing you. And not literally, but literally where the emotions are too much. Everything's on my shoulder. That's what I'm kind of getting here. What can you put down? What can you delegate? And especially if this is a job reading for you, what can you delegate? It's going to be a little rough because everything, people don't like to hear it, but everything is going as we can see, unless something changes. I mean, it does change, but not for a very long time. More AI, more robotic. I mean, Amazon, I think they just announced like hundreds of thousands of layoffs because everything's going to be robotic. But that's almost every country, but almost every company. A small mom and pop? No, that's why we have to spend more time getting to know them. Hummingbird spirit. This is joy. This is yin and yang. This is it. We're so done with carrying the world on our shoulders and our backs. We are so done with carrying somebody. Find your joy. Recognize the joy. And we have joy even with watching birds, the flowers. Find your joy. It's really not that hard. What's hard is the programming in our brain says, you're not worthy. That's not how you get success. You have to work 90 hours a week for success. You have to go to school and get 5,000 different degrees. It's not accurate. And as time goes on, we're seeing that more and more, and it's going to hold true for the future. Go back to the land as much as possible, Sagittarius. Ground, nature. All right, thank you, Sag. Going on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you got King of Cups. intuitive reader, either you are doing this to someone else or someone's doing it to you, or it's both. In relationships, sometimes it's both. Too much control. Little narcissism. Now, narcissism is actually a, if you will, a diagnosis for extremes. But people have narcissistic tendencies. Many people, many people have not narcissistic tendencies. But there are some people that where it's, if you want to say clinical, or it's so severe. This is nip it in the bud. Stop it before it gets out of hand with you, with someone you know, a child. I'm definitely hearing children. Let's see what your fairy card says. Well, it's the sacred forest. I like, although I do have a fairy deck. Spirit guardian of spring activation. So, cups can be, although swords are usually winter, but cups can be winterish, right? Especially if there's too much emotion going on. So this card is the guardian of spring. Take the time, if you want, or if you have to deliver a message to somebody else, always with compassion. Take the time the next several months until spring-ish to study, to ground, to practice, have practices of breath work, meditation, calming, leadership. Capricorns, you might be leading. Because this is an activation card. This is activate your king energy. Activate your love, your happiness, your joy. Activate what you need, what you want, your desires. Activate how to get it. And really, truly, everything boils down to something simple of love, joy, in the most simplest of ways. Okay. Capricorn, let me lower my voice. It's just love. Remind yourself that you are loved, that you are lovable, and you're worthy. Okay. Thank you, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius, you got 4 of Wands. This is happy family, but it's also somebody's leaving. Somebody's leaving a little sooner than anticipated. This is a marriage, a promise of a marriage. You know how they promise rings or engagement rings? It's also a protection card for people to learn their boundaries. What's your boundary? What's your boundaries? We should know them intimately. So when people cross them, or we know where they are, or if it's a new boundary, we can recover quicker. Okay. Oh, you're gonna get a forest card. Fire spirit energy. This is a very calming card, yes? This is put some fire in your belly. Put a fire into your passions. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Okay. Simple, they're very simple readings today. That's interesting. Okay, that's Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Pisces, you got 2 of Swords. This tells us something finally, thank God, is stabilizing. But it also tells us there's a choice coming up. And in order to know and see the full picture, you must take the blinders off. We all have them. I don't care who you are. We all think we're not biased. We all think that we're open-minded. We all think that. But this tells us you need to see a little clearer. Okay, let's see what your sacred forest is. Spirit guardian of summer expansion. So there's an expansion between winter and summertime for you. It's an expansion of family, expansion of money, expansion of feelings, an expansion in almost every single way you could think of. But because it is summer, you want to think more pentacles, you want to think more earth, abundance. This is the fruit of your labor, the fruit of these decisions. Oh, I was gardening. I might have my scrub, but gardening. Grow your own. Everyone should be growing their own. I don't care if you live in an apartment. You should be growing something on a windowsill. These decisions are going to come, and there's good messages. Something you've been working on very, very hard is coming to fruition. There you go. General readings. Thank you, Pisces. Yeah, we're not really getting specific today, and we're going awfully fast. Aries, you got Knight of Wands. Either you're going too fast or somebody's entering your life too fast. Can it also be somebody leaving fast? Sure. But something's going on that you're contributing to how fast it's going. We don't have any control, or very little control, over others. We have control over raising children. We have control over how we raise and train animals and train our partners. We do, up to a point, but the core of them is still going to be the same. The only time where they can change everything is with the narcissist or the psychopath or sociopath. That's when people can change, because they're being reprogrammed. Whatever was programmed into them is being rewritten, written over that program. This is crazy news coming your way. Aries, crazy, crazy, crazy news. I would love feedback with this, because I keep hearing crazy news. And somebody's circling, like it's the volcanoes in the background. Somebody is circling the explosion. Somebody is circling the explosion. Now, it can be explosion worldwide. You might be getting a little world here. It could be you, somebody immediately to you. I know a lot of people don't like or. Then get a personal reading. These are general. But thankfully I get a lot of feedback, so I do I do know a lot of the information lands. This is fire and passion and love, creativity. Somebody who is on this side of hubris, on this side of confidence, and they're delivering their quest. Knights are quests oriented, right? So the quest, it's like they got their information from the fire. So whether you know it or not, we get our information, or a lot of information, definitely healing and or battery charged and etc., from the sun. That's why they tell us not to go in the sun, because we need the sun. That's why they're, whether you believe it or know it or not, that's why we have more cloudy days than we used to. The sky isn't blue anymore. When I was growing up, the sky was blue. People look at the sky now and say, what are you talking about? It's blue. And it's like, not even close to what it was. Because there's like a film going over it. This is burn, I'm not going to tell you burn bridges, but this is burn anything that, so you're writing, you're journaling, and either you don't want anyone to find what you wrote, or you're getting all your feelings out. Burn it safely outside, or whatever however you're safe. quest. There's a quest. Let's see what the reflecting pool, stillness. This energy is moving, moving. This is stillness. That's yin and yang. Make sure every time that you have a creative thought, you write it down, you take the stillness, you take that time to reflect on it. There's something bubbling up here for you. What's bubbling up? I gotta double check. What's bubbling up for Aries? This is going to be information that may or may not rock your world. But this is a calming, so it's not going to complete rocking. And even if it is, it changes. Looks like Morse code. It's the sun going through the trees. I got to, next time I take this down, I have to put a black curtain over it so you can't really see it that much. It's distracting, maybe. But we use it for the readings. Activity. Do what you need to do and rest. Reflecting pool, the stillness. The stillness is children and adults. We don't daydream. I happen to, because I take the time to do it and I have the time to do it. Daydream. We need to daydream. That's when we're channeling. Every single person is channeling. When you're writing, you're channeling. When you created a poem, wrote a book, you're channeling. You're channeling from your higher self, the pool of knowledge. You're channeling. It's coming through a channel. Even if it, I used to write a lot, and I'm going to get back to some of it. But, and I mean stories, plays. I wrote a lot of different things. So, but it worked best in the stillness. So after the fire, after the flames, after the, oh, that's a song. After everything, be still and listen to your heart. Listen to it. And those who can, if you have a campfire and you watch the ashes go up, those are messages. So like when I do house clearings and blessings, I will read, not all the time, but it depends upon, each place is different, whether it's a house, a land, individual people. I will read the ashes afterwards. They mean something. Ashes mean something. Okay. All right. Thank you, Aries. That's your reading. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, you got 10 of Cups. This is put a period at the end. This is a happy time for you. It should be a happy time for you. If you're not happy, then that's, aside from being in a really a bad situation that I almost want to say demented. That's the word that's coming to mind. A demented situation. You can find your happiness. You find it. If we're not happy, we need to get to this card. If we're not joyful, we need to get to this card. But it does show a period that you should be happy right now. Some dreams coming true. But it's still the pursuit. Now, 10s are completion of one cycle, moving on to another. So you had a completion of a cycle that was lovely, that was happy, that was joyful, that was community. But now you're moving on. If you want that feeling to continue, then you need to, that's work. That's putting a dream and wishes into action. Or not. Everything's free will. All right, let's see what your purity. Love it. Unicorns are magic. You have two extremely beautiful, magical cards right here. This is alchemy. If you decide to choose, with a little work, if you decide to choose the magic, you've already had it. It's already in your past. It's already, for most Tauruses or anyone listening, it should have already happened. But we're coming to the end of it now. You have a choice whether to continue with the purity, with an open heart, with an open mind, with love. Purity isn't always, I never miss the mark, which actually the word sin means. It doesn't mean I never make a mistake, or that I don't hurt someone's feelings. We're human. Purity means, are we honoring ourselves? Are we honoring the golden rule? Are we honoring our journey here? How to make this continue is to honor the magic of how it happened, to honor the magic of the people that help you, assist you, or are next to you when these things happen. Okay, Taurus, that's your reading. Thank you very much. Moving on to, oh wait, let me cross that off. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, you got strength. I have to pick another card. I'll tell you why. Eight of Wands. So, this is having strength for what's coming. This is, you've had strength. There's a meme that goes around on Facebook, one of those, and it says, I want to stop being congratulated for having strength and standing up for taking a punch or taking bad news. I want, I forget how it ends, but you want something else. I get it. But unfortunately, in this realm, we're all going to get the news that is crazy. And this is news coming your way that it's like, oh, I was not expecting that. Or you were expecting it, but this to let you know that you have the strength and the fortitude to continue. You have the courage. So yes, it can be connecting to a Leo. That's the strength card in general. But I'm seeing something else here. Let's see what your Forest card. Starry Night, acceptance. That's acceptance. It takes courage to accept news. It takes courage to face truth. Oh, I put up a nice post on Sandra channels on Facebook. It's just a quote by someone. Something about truth. We need to bend to truth. We need to accept it, or we just live lies. This is accepting the news, accepting the truth, accepting what's actually happening, what's going up. Acceptance. Gemini, that's your reading. Thank you very much. You're good. You're fine. We all need strength. We all need friends. We all need a little boost, a little pat on the back. Do it for yourself. Because sometimes people don't do it for us. And not that we have to live by, not that we have to live or want to live by the accolades or claps of other people, because that's not fulfilling. Because if that dies down or it stops, then what? Good memories, but if you can't stand on your own, if you don't have that developed inner strength, and it's there, it's absolutely there, but we can strengthen strength. We can develop it more. That's what you're going to do. You're capable. You're worthy. Gemini, thank you. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer, you got King of Wands. Today, I'm hearing this is hubris. H-U-B-R-I-S. Hubris. It goes beyond conceit. It goes beyond confidence. You or someone close to you. Now, it doesn't have to be your whole life. Don't take this as, oh my gosh, I thought I was a kind person. I thought I was nice. Why is this reading for me? It can be for the future. I've done thousands of readings, and I get a lot of feedback, even 5-10 years later, and somebody says, you said the craziest thing to me, or this and this, and I was saying no. And it turned out that's when it's applied. So while these are general readings, find out if there is a part of you, because we're going to move on from this. There's a part A, part B. If there's a part of you that's like, I know it, I know it. It just happened to me. So give you an example. Income tax was voluntary. They created that, I don't know when, I forgot when, but they created that as a voluntary act. And so that's the premise I was going off of, because they still talk about it. And people get out of paying taxes because it's voluntary, and a whole bunch of things. However, apparently, see, so that's where I was incorrect. I didn't have, well, incorrect. You don't have all the information. So it turns out that there was a bill or an amendment or one of those things that said that they can continue taking the tax. Listen, people have to do what they want to do. I think it's insane. Paying taxes in general are insane. Local, I get. If everyone did local, then, you know, certain things. But we know the money doesn't go to us, especially if you're in America or a lot of countries. This is what this card says. Watch where your money's going. Watch who's taking your money. Watch everything, because this King of Wands is on fire. Oh, that, what's that? Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's what I heard. If it's at all you, we just change. So we make amends if we're wrong. I was incorrect because I didn't have all the information. So I'm going to have to text the person and say, oops. Well, the original information is correct, and it still should be correct. Don't get me wrong. Not paying taxes still should be the law, should be, never was the law, but that it was voluntary. When they created that second thing, whatever the second thing is, that was wrong. But it gives them money to send overseas. It gives them money for their $1 million homes, plural. See what you can do about that. The very basic is we watch where we're spending our money. This next step up is we watch where everyone else is spending our money. Only collectively can we really do something about the out of control, larger people that's taking control of stuff. But it doesn't mean that you can't do something. It might sound, this reading might sound too much. It's a general reading, and there's other Cancers that are listening. This is burn what you don't need. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. We give to Goodwill. We double check. We review. I've given things away or sold at yard sales or just donated, and it's like, oh my gosh, I could really use that now. So double check. Let's see what your forest card is. Owl spirit, that's wisdom. Now, another thing that the King of Wands has, a lot of wisdom. Because it's confidence. What's the point of having book smarts? What's the point if we're not wise? And again, like I said with my example, people stick to their guns. I don't know where that saying came from, but they stick to their opinion. They stick to a belief, and sometimes it's like you were so far off. Unfortunately, I really got to stop that. But I'll have comments back and forth with people on Facebook, and they'll say, we'll take fluoride for example, that it's good for your teeth. It's good, and it's like it's a neurotoxin. And then they'll say that it's a neurotoxin. Blah blah blah. It's a How hard is it to understand? It's because they don't want to believe that it's a neurotoxin and that we've been poisoned for many decades. That's this. Whatever your belief is, whether you or someone next to you in your life, they need to not burn the bridge, but burn the idea. It's just learning. It's just learning. And up on Sandra Channel's Facebook, I put up a nice post today with about truth. Truth is wisdom. Facing truth is wisdom. Accepting truth is wisdom. And sure, like how I thought about the that the taxes were only voluntary, still to this day, is a wise knowledge up to a point. But since it changed, it altered, or amended, then it's not so wise. But that's the point of getting more information and really truly thinking about the information we already have. You are just spiritually growing. Okay, Cancer, that's your reading. Thank you. Moving on to Leo. Leo, you got Knight of Cups. This is emotions moving you. This feels like heading for more love, heading for more family, friends, future, rising above, getting out of debt somewhat. And I say somewhat because some people listening that they're either almost everyone has debt. You're getting out of a situation that was bogging you down. You're getting out of a situation that maybe not have felt like you were drowning in it, but you're getting out of a situation that you're just rising above it because the waters aren't going anywhere. Let's see what your forest cards are. Oh, Secret Spring, Success. So between now, wands to me are summer cards because fire, heat. So between now and spring, you should have moved, planning to move, gotten a better job, acquired a promotion, being given a leg up, more friends. This is a success story. And not just because of the word success, it's the pairing. The quest, that's movement. Well, it can also look like they've landed, but they could be getting ready to take off again because this is a quest. The quest, the journey between now, springtime is really propels you forward. And then comes summer, taking off. Okay. Thank you, Leo. That's your reading. Okay, moving on to Virgo. Oh, Virgo, you got the star. That's number 17. So the cards are a little... You know what I'm hearing? Because number 17 is very powerful in this realm. That's why it's used by certain people. If you look back, 17, a lot of things happen on 17. On purpose and just by the way things happen. Virgos, I feel like I'm moving a lot. Virgo, this is, and she's not moving in the card. This is an acceptance card, FYI. It's an acceptance of where you are, be grateful, acceptance of that certain things can't be changed. Yes, we wish upon the star. Yes, we wish, we hope, we challenge, we desire, we strive for. This is certain things are coming to fruition within a few months. Oh, there you go. So it's the willow spirit, flexibility, like the willow tree can bend. This is have flexibility. Don't be so stuck in one place that you feel you can't move on emotionally, love, this is you. If it's love, you can move on again. If you've been hurt, you can move on. If it's a job, if it wishes, this call on, desire it, open up to it. There's so many different ways to manifest, if you will, but it's definitely the programming. If we don't think we deserve, we don't get it. This is telling you, be flexible. The time where they say don't be flexible is if, okay, so I want a Mercedes. I don't care any car, but I want a Mercedes. I want it blue. I want this type of cup holder. I want this on the ceiling. I want this, you know, and then be specific. But then others are like, no, I just want a car, or I just want something that's reliable, dependable. Be flexible. Be flexible. And if this is love, be flexible. I've had clients say, I only want somebody who owns a restaurant. Now, this is before 2020, and in 2020, I think it was 100,000 restaurants closed across America. Well, we know that a lot more have shut down since then. Some, yeah, of course, some new ones have reopened, but nowhere, a fraction of what was closed. And that's another reason why the fast food, if you will, the poison bad food chains do so well. Well, one of the reasons why, because there's no more restaurants with inexpensive food or with food that tasty. Thankfully there's some, but we need to be flexible. Be flexible. Call it in. Good things are coming your way. Virgos, good things are coming your way. Put your intentions, put your, I told you, that's why my intention bottles work for me. I think I should do another one. Feel free. Feel free. Feel freedom. Feel free. That's the reading. All right. Thank you, Virgo. Quick. Oh, that was quick. You will love. You are loved and you are lovable. Open to comments, questions, suggestions. Go play.